What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nour Trades, and today I bring you another special video, the Sunday stock watch list. So before we go ahead and start this video, hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below what other videos you like to see on this channel, and comment what other stocks you're looking at this week other than the ones I'm going to say in the video, because maybe I'll actually like the stock and I'll actually trade it, or I'll just analyze it for you guys on the next Sunday stock watch list. So we'll start off with the schedule. You guys know the regular deal, so you guys know what's going on this week. Last week we had the Fed. They're looking at higher rates in 2023. So this week we have a few different things going on. GDP this Thursday, that'll be important. Obviously we have the jobless claims on Thursdays, and then you get to see what else is going on. Maybe you don't like trading during certain things or certain speeches. Someone may be talking, Fed Powell may be speaking. You may not like to trade during volatility, and when Powell's speaking, you do get some volatility. So this week I don't see Powell speaking, but you still want to know what's going on, so screenshot this so you guys know what's going on. Or if you want a clearer picture, go to my Trade Like Nour page, which is my trading page, and it'll be a clearer picture. So we still have some earnings going on. It's pretty dead. I told you guys like 2 weeks ago it started getting dead, but these might be stocks you guys like to play. So a few stocks here that I may think you guys like to play. I know Plug Power, some of you guys like to play. FedEx is something I'm looking at, so that'll be interesting. Nike, I'll probably be looking at that, but FedEx is definitely one. Nike, Rite Aid here, CarMax. So these are the stocks. Oh, BlackBerry. You degenerates love those types of stocks. So screenshot this if you want a clear picture. Make sure you go to Trade Like Nour on Instagram, and you'll get a clearer picture and you can screenshot. So let's get into this video. Last week I gave you so many bangers I can't even count on one hand here. So the first thing I want to talk about, I told you the 717 break on Nvidia, and guess what we did here? We hit the 717 break. Let me actually put this on the 5 days since we're talking about this week. You can see that we broke right through the 717 and all the way up to 775 in about 2-3 days. So Nvidia was one of the biggest plays I gave you this week. Amazon was another one. I told you guys we're gonna bounce on this 1 year trend here. We bounced. We almost broke. Well, we broke 3,500. We're almost at all-time highs here. Amazon, Nvidia, Facebook was one. It was the 30-minute channel. Let me put this on the 5-day. We ended up pushing up to 339, and that was it for Facebook. So by Tuesday, I was already done with it. Shopify, man, look at this. From Sunday, $12.45, this went up to $14.85. So over $200 in 1 week. So Shopify was one that I gave you. I told you there was a wedge on the 4-hour, and it broke right through. Look at this. We broke this, and there was no turning back. I gave you that. That was a banger. BYND, that never ended up happening. Google, that never ended up happening. ZM. I actually didn't keep a close eye on this one. I'm not sure what actually happened. ZM ended up pushing to 379, whatever. But guess what I gave you guys that was a banger? Docu. So look at Docu here on Friday. This went from 260 all the way to 275, about $15 in 1 day here. And it was a pretty big deal. So one thing I'm going to talk about before we start this video, I told you guys that we were going to hit this top and most likely bounce, because that's what we've been doing. So this is QQQ, which is the NASDAQ. We hit the top here. We hit the top here. Every time we hit this top, we fell. And then I told you we were approaching the top here. We ended up hitting the top twice. And, we hit the top here, pulled back, hit the top again, and we got rejected. So either we come back and test this bottom, or this is going to have to squeeze out. But if we squeeze out, we're going to get a pretty big move in the market here. So I talked about that. I also talked about SPY. A lot of you follow SPY. We'll go more into detail of how it looks now, but I told you there was a consolidation and we're rejecting a lot. So I don't want to go too much into detail because that'll be for this week. So let's go ahead and talk about what I'm looking at for this week. So one thing that I don't have on my list that I didn't write before this video is Tesla, because I haven't really been trading it, but I did take advantage of it on Friday. But I'll talk about really briefly. We have a downtrend on the 1 year. You can start from the all-time high, 900, and it goes all the way down. We've rejected once, twice, 3. We're coming back up to break this, or we're coming back, or it looks like we're coming back. Looks like we want to break this 680. If we break 680, we can probably get that momentum shift in Tesla again. The problem is you know, the market's been moving up and Tesla hasn't. You know, we don't want the move to happen too late in the market cycle, because by the time the market ends up pulling back, it's going to run out of time for Tesla. But we did end up breaking the 4-hour wedge. A lot of you guys were actually looking at this, you know, guys and girls obviously, but you guys were looking at this, I was looking at this. This ended up breaking. It pushed from 615 to 628. Was it the high? Yeah, 628.35. And you know, it was whatever. But you know, the bigger scheme of things is on the 1-year screen here, and if we could see this breakout, then maybe Tesla is back to its old ways. But Nvidia and Shop have been substituting Tesla for the last, you know, 2 weeks. So let's start with my actual watch list. So Amazon, we haven't really closed above 3,500. Yes, we peaked over. We hit like 3,506, I believe. 3,507, excuse me. The all-time high is 3,554. So I'll definitely be looking at this to see if this was the aftermarket when Amazon hit their earnings, but they ended up coming down the very next day. So what I'm going to look at here is on the 1 hour, we're just consolidating, flagging here. So I want to see a breakout above 3,500, 3,507, and then from there I'm looking at 3,513, 3,520, and then I'm looking at the all-time high, which is 3,554. So 3,550 will be very important. So Amazon, I'm looking at the all-time high here, and then we have to worry about this trend here. Are we going to get rejected at 36.22, which is right by that all-time high? So that's Amazon. Next thing I'm looking at is Shop. Shop, we hit a high of $14.85, which is $14 off of all-time high, and we're not that far away. We're still about 30 bucks here. 70, yep, 30 bucks here. I will be watching this 1,500 break. Can we take off, or are we going to reject at this 1,500, create a cup and handle, and then come back up? Or are we going to reject off 1,500, and that'll be the double top for Shopify? We don't know. I don't speculate. I don't care about it. When it happens, and I'll be there to take advantage of the play. But Shopify has been on an absolute tear. I even gave you guys this play last week. Oh my God. I know people that watch my watch list and got a couple thousand% on this one. So next one, Facebook. I'm kind of disappointed on the way it closed Friday when Tesla closed up $6 and Amazon closed negative $2. Facebook was down 2%. It was down about $6.85. The market did have a rough day on Friday, but I was disappointed that Facebook was one of the stocks that, you know, really got tore up on Friday. But, you know, Shopify finished green, Amazon finished flat, Tesla finished green, you know, Nvidia ended up finishing flat. So I'm disappointed that, you know, we did that with Facebook. But we are in a consolidation phase. If we do end up coming up, I wasn't going to put this because we're pretty far away, but the way this market's been moving, we can easily bounce Monday up to 338 again, and then we're out of here. But I will be looking at 340 on Facebook. That is the breakout level, and then from there I'll be looking at this 344 level because we do have this trend here. If we reject, then that is it. But if we reject, we'll just pull back and then see if we can retest it. But if we break through this 330, 343, 344 level, that'll obviously be all-time high. And then from there, I would love to see if we continue to squeeze higher or do we reject there. So that's Facebook. Next thing here is Roku. Roku's very interesting. If I put this on the 1 hour, you guys can see we rejected here at this 370, 368 level a few times. Even if I put this on, let's just say, you know, the 1 hour, you can see we tested this June 14th, and then we tested this again June 18th. If I think we can, well, I called this breakout. If you guys go to my old watch list, I said, watch out for this this wedge. If we break through, we're going to get one of those plays on Roku. I believe I called the 4 hour. So yeah, it wasn't the 1 year that I called the 4 hour. This one right here, 348 up to like 370 that same day. But if you put this on a 1 year, you'll see exactly what I'm looking at. We're retesting this high from this level. If we break 370, we're looking to reach 380. Then from 380, I'll be looking at this 400 level. But Roku, when this thing moves and catches that momentum, you want to be part of it. It was up $16 on Friday. So next stock, Google. This is one of the stocks I wasn't going to put on the watch list because we're pretty far away, but at the same time, it's not far away for Google. We were down $32 on Friday. Now, if you look at what I'm looking at the 24.55 level, 24.50 level, and see if we can actually break out. From there, I'm looking at, obviously, the 2600 level because this is the all-time high, and Google can move. So, the problem is we did break some trend here, but at the same time, we're just consolidating. You guys can see we're still in the bigger trend here, this 1 year trend. and we know we have this flat top that we still haven't technically broke out, but I will be looking at that for the upside. The next thing you guys will love is the DocuSign chart. So this DocuSign chart, the all-time high here is 290. Now let me put this on 3-year. Yep. So you can see that we've consolidated for a while now. This is like a year consolidation where we're just in this trend from 290, you know, down to 185. We're back at 274. Now if I put this even on the 4-hour, you can see we're just on an absolute tear. Now let's lower the time frames until we get closer and closer to what we're looking at. So now 1 hour, we have a trend. So that's something that I'll be looking at for Monday here tomorrow. We have this trend, keeps getting rejected. We kind of got past and then we got rejected here. I will be looking at this 276 level, but if we're up pre-market, I will be looking at 280. And from there, this thing moves. So for example, look at the morning here on Friday. So I put it on the 5-minute, whatever. You guys can see we got the morning momentum over this consolidation break, 262. We pushed all the way to 276. It took, even if you just caught the beginning 20 minutes, this went from 266 to 271. So 266, 262 to 271. You can see the morning momentum Docu has sometimes is so overpowered, there's no need to be in it for more than like 10 minutes. So I love to see DocuSign. I would love to play this. The problem with DocuSign sometimes is the contracts lack volume and the spread is usually wider than normal. But I'll be able to catch this somehow, some way. I won't force it. But next thing here, we haven't played this in a while. I told you a while ago we were gonna look to break this downtrend on ZM. We ended up breaking from 323 to 380. I will be watching this 380 level, and then from there I'll be watching 385 and then 400. So if you guys are into Zoom and you guys like trading this, this is one for you. I'm not really a big fan of Zoom, but you know, if it gives me the opportunity, I'll take advantage of it. Now let's talk about the overall market. We have NQ here. Like I said, we rejected here. I called this last Sunday. I said if we're gonna get close to this, what was it was June 13th. So I talked about it right here. I said we're gonna push, but most likely 95% chance we're gonna definitely get rejected here because we've gotten rejected already 3 times. So it won't be an easy pass, even though the market looks like it's great. We pulled back and then we got rejected again, and we pulled back pretty strong on Friday. NASDAQ and technology stocks held up pretty well compared to the overall general market. The Dow was down 550 points or something like that. Facebook was just I don't understand why it was down that much, but you know, SPY was down a pretty significant amount. It was down 2% or about 2%. So now let me show you SPY. So SPY, I'm going to talk about, we were down 1.35%. ES was down about 1.67%. So you guys can see we kind of broke this uptrend that we got going on from, what is that, October 30th, right? The algo, if you guys don't know about the algo, this is my algo. If you guys want you know, access to it, just DM me on Instagram. But you guys can see the algo has this starting from January, February, March 4th with an uptrend, and it looks like we broke it, but I even started it from further back to October, and it actually looks a lot better. You guys can see right here starts, bounce, semi gets there, bounce, and then we just gapped through on Friday. So the last week of June is usually a very bad week. So it's just a history thing. If you look back, the last week of June is pretty much a rough one throughout the year, and you know, it's kind of, you know, coincidentally lining up with SPY rejecting, breaking uptrend, and Q rejecting at the trend. You know, it's kind of matching up here, which is pretty cool, pretty great, because it makes it a lot easier for you guys to see and read the trends rather than just dumping at, you know, after it breaks through this and then dumping through. We're rejecting here, and we're coming into one of the roughest weeks or roughest week of the summer here. So just keep that in mind when you're looking to trade. If it's choppy, do not give up your money. You could have a great week, and then that one day it's choppy, you give everything back because you want to be hard-headed. So if you guys enjoyed that video, hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below what other videos you'd like to see and what other stocks you would like to see on this channel. I'll see you guys. Peace.